Imagine sitting alone in the dark, watching a movie, and suddenly you hear a noise behind you. Is it just the wind? Or is something lurking in the shadows? Some movies are so unsettling that they get under your skin, making you question reality. Today, we're counting down 10 terrifying movies you should never watch alone, unless you enjoy heart-pounding suspense, eerie silence, and the feeling of being watched. Let's dive in. Number 10. Hush, 2016. Imagine living in complete silence, unable to hear footsteps creeping up behind you or a whisper in the darkness. That's the terrifying reality of Hush, a psychological horror film directed by Mike Flanagan. The story follows Maddie, a deaf and mute writer who isolates herself in a remote cabin to focus on her novel. But her peaceful solitude is shattered when a masked intruder begins tormenting her, playing a sadistic game where she can't even hear him coming. With no way to call for help or alert anyone to her situation, she must rely on her intelligence and instincts to outwit the killer. What makes Hush so terrifying is its use of silence. It forces you to focus on every tiny movement, every breath, and every shadow. Watching this movie alone, you might start imagining noises that aren't there, and every creak in your house will suddenly seem sinister. Number 9. Evil Dead Rise, 2023. If you thought the Evil Dead franchise couldn't get any scarier, Evil Dead Rise proves otherwise. Unlike its predecessors set in remote cabins, this film brings the horror into an urban setting, following two estranged sisters who reunite in a rundown Los Angeles apartment. Their reunion takes a horrific turn when they discover an ancient book, the Necronomicon, which unleashes a demonic force that possesses their loved ones, turning them into grotesque, bloodthirsty monsters. The movie is a relentless ride of pure terror, featuring horrifying body transformations, grotesque gore, and moments so shocking they'll make your skin crawl. The sense of isolation within the apartment, combined with the relentless violence, creates a suffocating atmosphere. Watching this alone means bracing yourself for sudden jump scares and disturbing visuals that linger long after the movie ends. Number 8. Paranormal Activity, 2007. There's something uniquely terrifying about horror movies that feel too real, and Paranormal Activity masters that unsettling effect. Presented in a found footage style, the film follows a young couple, Katie and Micah, who suspect that something sinister is lurking in their home. To uncover the truth, they set up a camera while they sleep, hoping to catch evidence of paranormal activity. What follows is a slow but intense buildup of eerie occurrences, doors moving on their own, shadows creeping across the room, and an invisible force growing more violent each night. The minimalistic approach, lack of background music, and use of long, silent takes create a sense of authenticity that makes it feel like you're experiencing the horror firsthand. Number 7. The Descent, 2005. If you're even slightly claustrophobic, The Descent will push you to your limits. This terrifying film follows a group of adventurous women who embark on a caving expedition only to become trapped deep underground. As they struggle to find a way out, they quickly realize they are not alone. Something monstrous is lurking in the darkness, hunting them. The film masterfully builds tension, using tight, suffocating spaces to amplify the fear of being trapped with no escape. But the real horror begins when the creatures, grotesque humanoid predators, emerge from the shadows. The movie is filled with gut-wrenching suspense, shocking twists, and moments of pure panic that make you feel like you're gasping for air. Number 6. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974. Few horror films have achieved the sheer raw terror of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This 1974 classic is notorious for its relentless intensity and disturbing realism. The story follows a group of friends traveling through rural Texas who unknowingly stumble upon a nightmare, a family of cannibalistic killers, including the infamous Leatherface. Unlike modern slasher films, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre doesn't rely on excessive gore. Instead, it builds fear through its gritty cinematography, eerie atmosphere, and the unsettling, almost documentary-like feel that makes it seem horrifyingly real. The relentless, nightmarish chase sequences and the unsettling sound of Leatherface's roaring chainsaw create an atmosphere of pure dread. Watching this movie alone will leave you feeling vulnerable, as if you too could be stranded in the middle of nowhere with no one to hear your screams. Number 5. Hereditary, 2018. Hereditary isn't just a horror movie. It's an emotional and psychological descent into madness. Directed by Ari Aster, this film follows the Graham family, who begin experiencing terrifying supernatural occurrences after the death of their secretive grandmother. As Annie, the mother, digs deeper into her family's dark past, she uncovers a chilling and inescapable fate. What makes Hereditary truly terrifying is its ability to blur the lines between psychological trauma and supernatural horror. With disturbing imagery, shocking twists, and an atmosphere of pure dread, this film lingers in your mind long after the credits roll. The most horrifying moments aren't even the jump scares. They're the slow, eerie realizations that something truly sinister is happening. Trust us, after watching Hereditary, you'll never look at a dark corner in your house the same way again. Number 4. Insidious, 2010. Insidious is a modern horror classic that redefined supernatural horror. It follows a family who moves into a new home, only to realize that their son has mysteriously slipped into a coma. But what seems like a medical condition soon turns into something far more sinister. As unexplained events begin plaguing the house, they discover that their son is trapped in a ghostly realm known as the Further, a nightmarish dimension filled with terrifying spirits and a demonic entity waiting to claim him. The film is packed with spine-chilling moments, eerie whispers, and one of the most terrifying jump scares in horror history. The atmosphere is thick with dread, making you feel as if something could be lurking right behind you. Number 3. The Ring, 2002. What if watching a simple videotape could seal your fate? The Ring takes this terrifying concept and turns it into a chilling nightmare. The story follows journalist Rachel Keller, who investigates a mysterious videotape rumored to kill anyone who watches it within 7 days. As she delves deeper, she uncovers the tragic and disturbing story of Samara, a vengeful spirit who spreads her curse through the tape. The film's eerie atmosphere, unsettling visuals, and slow-building tension make it one of the most psychologically disturbing horror movies ever made. The infamous scene of Samara crawling out of the television screen is enough to haunt your dreams for years. Watching this alone isn't just a bad idea, it's an invitation for paranoia. Every time your phone rings afterward, you might find yourself hesitating to answer, fearing that a voice on the other end will whisper, 7 days. Number 2. Sinister, 2012. Few movies can create a lingering sense of unease quite like Sinister. This deeply unsettling horror film follows true crime writer Ellison Oswalt, who moves into a new home with his family, unaware that it was the scene of a gruesome murder. While researching for his next book, he discovers a box of old home movies in the attic. As he watches them, he realizes they aren't ordinary family videos. They're horrifying recordings of brutal murders, all connected to a demonic entity known as Bug Hool. The eerie Super 8 footage, combined with a chilling score and relentless tension, makes Sinister one of the most terrifying horror films of the last decade. The film's slow-burning terror creeps under your skin, making you feel like something is watching you. Number 1. The Conjuring, 2013. Few horror films are as terrifying as The Conjuring, and knowing that it's based on real-life paranormal investigations makes it even scarier. Directed by James Wan, the film follows renowned paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren as they help a family plagued by a malevolent spirit. The Perrin family, who recently moved into an old farmhouse, begins experiencing eerie disturbances, whispers in the night, shadowy figures, and a terrifying presence that grows stronger each day. The film masterfully builds suspense, using sound design, long silences, and expertly crafted jump scares to keep you on edge. The infamous hide and clap scene alone is enough to send shivers down your spine. After watching, you might want to sleep with the lights on or maybe not sleep at all. These 10 movies aren't just scary, they're nightmare fuel. So, are you brave enough to watch these terrifying movies alone? Or will you be sleeping with the lights on tonight? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more spine-chilling content. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in our next video.